Starter here, set and off and racing. And Carraggio wasn't the best away, the favourite, just being ridden along to get an early position for the Conundrum HR Consulting handicap. A good break by Coco Jack, jockey looking across to see where the pace is. Dark 30 is the one that's leading them through the first furlong as Coco Jack settles behind them. It's in fact Rose Prick who's jockey who's looking across. Tom Marcon slots into second ahead of Ramazan with Hey Lila on the rail. Right up there as well is Catch the Paddy, trapped by Zoo Run in the green jacket, wider to Sunny Orange. Behind them then is Coco Jack, who's just covered up behind them together with Theme Park and the red cap on the inside. New Endeavour just struggling to go the pace, it would seem, as Chuzzlewit just looks a bit unbalanced on that bend there, with on his inside Waiting All Night and Carraggio disputing last place with him. Meanwhile, it's Dark 30 who's pressing on up the home straight here, up towards the final 2.5 furlongs. Rose Prick now shaken up to go with the leader. Up the inside, Hey Lila, Ramazan busy away. Catch the Paddy and the Sheepskin Noseband on the left. Carraggio has got an awful lot to do. Up the inside, New Endeavour is endeavouring to get closer and is doing so with Zoo Run chasing him through. They've got to go some to catch Dark 30. Here on the outside is Catch the Paddy with a withering run. Dark 30 though in front for Sean Levey. Gamely hanging on from Ramazan, who's running on the outside. Dark 30 up towards the line. All Out hangs on just from Catch the Paddy, and then Ramazan. Rose Prick ran well, never nearer behind them. Theme Park and New Endeavour.
Dark 30 has won for Richard Hannon and Sean Levey. He's built on that excellent second at Newmarket last time, and he has held on well from the fast finishing Catch the Paddy, who had to deal with a wide draw for Neil Callan and Kevin Ryan. That is very promising for this season. In third was Ramazan for Richard Fahey and Asheen Orr, and fourth the filly Rose Prick for Ed Walker and Tom Marquand, who was always towards the outside. But the winner and quick out was Dark 30. He is improving and improving fast.
He is, and he picked up a long way out, didn't he? He had the field on the stretch for a good way up the straight, and he just managed to hang on. He was wilting late, but he built up enough of an advantage with that pace that he injected to go on and hold on, and nothing to suggest that this isn't a strong race coming out of it as there was going into it. There's a few of them that I think you'd be encouraged from for going further ahead. Catch the Paddy is one of them. First go at the trip, he's seen it out strongly.
Yeah, he's run even better than I thought he might, given that draw, and he's really ranging down on Dark 30. He's got off the mark in his career with this success here. Slowly into stars and a bit flat-footed was Caravaggio. He came out of the stalls and then seemed to stand still a bit. Yeah, and he ends up a good way back as a result. You can see that the winner, Dark 30 from stall 8, quick into his stride. It looks a bit of a handful beforehand, but through the race he's fine. Sean Levey just allowing him to do his own thing. I think Ramazan is one that's going to take a step forward. He's never too far away. He seemed to lose his pitch a bit and then stay on once again. Keep an eye on New Endeavour. I think he's shaped really nicely. He makes a lot of ground. He's on the inside at the moment. He comes past a good few of them on the bridle, and then he maybe just flattens out as if he needed a run late on. But I like the way that he's gone for a good chunk of this race. Him and Ramazan representing that strong colour form from last year. I think they're both up to winning races this term. New Endeavour, the one in the maroon and yellow hoops towards the rear on the far side, as we're looking at it now, towards the inside of the field. But Dark 30 slipped them at this point, and a few of them are under pressure and trying to make up the ground. The one that does manage to do so is Catch the Paddy. A really good performance from him. Under pressure on his inside, but sticking to her task is Rose Prick, just wandering around a little bit, the filly, but she has run really well. She has. She's got a lot of experience and she's run very well. Catch the Paddy looked like on pedigree he would get further, and he definitely has, and you'd say there's a little bit more to come. He might even get a mile looking at the way that he's gone here. I think you'd be happy enough with him, and as I say, I think it's a really strong bit of form. Theme Park has also shaped rather well for Nigel Tinkler. Second start of the season, so he had a bit of match practice, but this was his handicap debut. He's in the red cap there, just right of centre. And he has to switch around this way a little bit, doesn't he, to his right, just to make a little bit of ground. But it's only the fourth start of his career. He has taken a step forward from Redcar, which was on a slower surface, and they paid plenty for him, 200 grand out of Sir Michael Stout's at the Horses in Training sales, and looks like he's going to give them some fun in decent quality handicaps at this sort of trip. As I said, New Endeavour would probably be the horse that I'd be looking towards in the future. Just watch how easily, this will probably be a good shot that you would imagine, how easily he makes his ground. He gets past Ramazan, who was much handier, and this is where Ramazan
he was not too far behind the winner, was he? Now he's a good few lengths behind. He's just lost his pitch and he stays on. I think he might be a little bit rusty here and he'll be better for the run. But New Endeavour, I thought, made his ground really takingly. He starts to respond to pressure here and very quickly gets himself right into the race, and he's picking up at a time when there's plenty of them picking up, but he's going past them whilst doing it, and then he just flattens out as if the run was needed. I think that's a good performance from him.
What do you think he's going to want?
New Endeavour?
Yeah.
Probably something fairly similar to this. I suspect a mile will be absolutely fine for him, but I don't think he's a horse that's short of pace, and I think he is one that's on a nice enough mark. Ground conditions for him, probably something like this or a little bit slower. It'd be an unknown on a faster surface. Lots
of connections will be looking towards Britannia, of course, from this, and this will be one of the strongest feeder races to it, I would have thought.
Yeah, and again, it's worth watching this race back through that prism, I suppose. The Britannia are a very different type of test. You go over a longer trip and a much stiffer track where patience is often rewarded, whereas here pace is very much rewarded. So I think if I was looking for a Britannia horse from it, I'd be looking for one that's making ground from further back than one that was up there and getting away.
New Endeavour?
Yeah, perhaps.
That's what I was going at.
It could be the right sort of test for him. I'm sure he's well handicapped. I think that could be on the agenda for something like Ramzan as well. There's probably a few of them, as you say, the right sort of stepping stone for it.
Yeah, absolutely, but today, here, Dark 30 has shed his maiden tag in fine circumstances at York's Dante Festival with this excellent win for Richard Hannon and Sean Levey. They will be delighted. Sean Levey, just there on the left-hand side of the screen, is updating Richard Hannon on how this horse won it, and we can get you the SPs and other details from Tom in the studio.
You can indeed, yeah. Dark 30 scoring. Catch the Paddy did come flying home, but he never looked as though he was going to get there, to be honest. So he's definitely got a future over this distance, hasn't he? Stable Companion was a bit disappointing. But there's Sean Levey pushing out Dark 30 to score. This price 10-1, beating Catch the Paddy 17-2 and Ramazan third 9-1. Coraggio 9-2 unplaced. The winning time over 7 was not bad at all, 1:23.55, 0.55 outside of the standards. Good time. Dave Neverson alongside. Dark 30 scores for a team going along quite